Hi guys, welcome to Tickets episode. Hell, who knows what episode it is?
Yeah, you.
It
It's been a
doesn't
long
matter. I think
time.
it's like episode 9 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Episode 9 of
been.
season 2, but it really doesn't matter what episode it is. We're here to talk about the New Mutants, a movie that took 2 years to finally get released.
Or three.
Yeah, we're not sure. Maybe it's 3, but still, 2 or 3 years to get released. Finally, it's considered the last Marvel movie created by Fox before
Season 9 of season 3. So we wanted a 9, but it's the wrong season.
Well, do you consider this season 3 or do you consider this season 2?
This is 3 because we're in season 3,
Alright,
episode
fine,
9.
whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so we are here to talk about New Mutants.
Yeah.
So let's go. So
Well, it's been a very long time since we did tickets because of the
pandemic, I know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Very odd. I'm surprised because I thought it would have been kind of barriers on the seats and they would turn off the seats to recline.
Yeah, I know. I thought so too, but they didn't. So anyway, we're not here to talk about the AMC or the theater that we went to see the thing in.
How they did things.
Yeah, we are here to talk about a movie. So let's talk about that movie and get this thing over with.
Well,
so what do you think of the movie?
It was good until I got distracted by a guy snoring in the back.
Oh my god, yeah, but let's not talk about that because that's again from our specific presentation and not from actually the movie. So okay,
Yeah.
what did you think of the? Apparently, those are the mutants for the original parent grouping of the New Mutants title from the '80s when it was created in like '82 or whatever.
Yeah.
So apparently those are the mutants. I was right. That is Wolfbane.
Yeah. So either
and I guess
either they are
Boomer and Hotspot and Magic is the one who can teleport and like wield the sword.
So anyways,
I don't know the other one.
They're now roughly 2-3 years older than they are in the film.
Well, they just kept reshooting.
Unless they do casting.
Well, they have reshooting or whatever. Anyway, doesn't matter. So
anyways, it was good based on. This is a good thing because it's more of a just not just the mutant film, but the horror side more darker.
Well, I guess according to what I've read about the New Mutant franchise, the comic book took place a lot, dove more into like darker, science fiction and occult and like the more horror-esque elements of science fiction.
More dark.
Right, the more darker elements.
No, it's not that campy. Let's save the world kind of stuff.
Well, I mean, they did save the world, but they were more saving it from supernatural things versus just saving it from mutants.
Well, it was more they were saving it more for themselves than because it's only the one thing that happened was more involving for themselves.
Well, in this movie, they structured it in more of a simple, single room or single section
location,
which is good because I mean,
low small cast,
right? Only 6 people in the whole movie.
Well, a little bit more.
I guess you got what's your name's father, and you got the guy's father. So I mean, maybe maybe like 10 or 12 people in the movie. But I mean, like for the most part, the movie is 6 people.
Yeah.
It's 5. It's the doctor and 5 patients.
Yeah. Which is not bad having because usually a small cast is sometimes works out in the favor and sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
But this one does work out
right
in the favor.
So let me ask you this: if they do make a New Mutants 2, which I don't think they will because it's not very.
If they did, they would be different mutants most likely, or they had a.
The problem is that this isn't this franchise of New Mutants is not a huge ongoing thing. I mean, they were basically like they've rebooted the New Mutants like 4 times in the comic franchise, and they've only usually last like 1 year to 2 years. I think the longest was 82 to 91 or 92, which was the first run of the series. Yeah, but I mean, otherwise, it's like it's not like they have a huge amount of material to pull from because they're not like been around for 60 years like yeah, 60 years like the like X-Men, where you could pull from everything from Days of Future
Yeah.
Past
Well, if
to
they
the
do,
Dark Phoenix saga.
if they do the same thing, they only you can only see them doing it two ways. Having 2-3 years pass because it's been that long since they remade it,
Right,
so, or have a new cast completely.
right.
It's the only way around it because okay, now because they're supposed to be about 16, 17 years old. Now they're in their 20s.
Yeah, I
Unless
guess.
they still look young enough for to pass as
Well, I mean, I
they
don't
can.
know. I mean, I guess they're supposed to be like 16. They're supposed to be like 16, 17.
As long as they look young enough to pose as in a year later, and they're like more like 17, 18 now.
Yeah. Anyway, so okay. So what do you give?
There's a
What?
lot of stuff interesting because I thought one thing was going to happen, and it turns out I got the power thing off when I first, before you found out what two people's, before you found out whose abilities is whose.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you thought somebody had a power that they didn't.
Didn't we started seeing, oh, this person must have this ability because once they left, this happened.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
very interesting to say the least. I saw some bits come.
Oh, sure. Well, I mean, we
Not
watch
whole.
enough. I mean, you watch enough movies, and you can kind of see the telegraph of certain things. So,
It's only but it's sometimes a rarity that something I didn't see coming.
was there something you didn't see coming?
Yeah, but I'll tell you that a little bit
Yeah,
later
right
on.
after. But I'm just saying. So, okay, what would you give it rating wise?
I'll give it a 4. I don't think it deserves a 5 because sometimes it's like okay, it's
Well, I think the problem is that it's hard to follow a movie that you don't have any knowledge
yeah,
about. So it's like, okay, you're trying to catch what the story is, but you can't really. The biggest problem is that like they couldn't really. They were limited by their own limitations. Like
yeah,
they couldn't say
mutants.
mutants. Oh no, Fox could say mutants. It was Disney who couldn't say mutants. Disney couldn't say mutants. That was the problem they had with what was it the when they did um the Jacob the Civil War
Yeah,
where they had Wanda and Pietro for in the
yeah.
in the Marvel universe. Fox wouldn't let them say mutant, so they had to figure out a way to say mutant without saying mutant. Anyway,
Special abilities.
right. So they basically had to figure out how to say mutant without saying mutant. So anyway,
Well,
I agree. I agree with your assessment. I think 4 is a pretty good score. I know a lot of people say that this movie did not get many very good reviews,
but again,
and maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. But
we also got to deal with critics that don't know the material. We always that's how
right. But you do have a lot of people who are reviewing online who do know the material, and maybe they don't agree with how the material was presented in the movie. But I think one of the biggest letdowns in this is the fact that it took them 2 or 3 years to get this movie done. So the fans that are waiting or were waiting for this movie might actually be, overcritical, like expecting, like saying, "Well, it took you 3 years to make this movie. It should be amazing," and it's not amazing.
yeah.
It's just all right.
Yeah, that's the only about critics, actual main critics. They're in their 40s and
Yeah, but a lot
50s.
of main critics don't exist anymore. A lot,
Yeah,
a lot of a lot of newspaper, like, because newspapers don't really exist anymore. So a lot of the critics that you see out there are people who are running things like Rotten Tomato and
back then, the people in their 50s, oh, I did this movie is 3 because I don't like superhero movies, but yeah, I got paid to see this movie anyways, so I don't give it a bad rating regardless.
well, 3's not a bad rating. 3 would be a C. 3 would be a pretty good rating for a movie.
But I'm thinking they don't know the content. If you know the
Well,
content.
I mean, the problem is you can't know everything. I mean, like, you couldn't possibly know every source material for
for
everything.
instance, you see a movie and you do know this is drawn towards more for kids, and yet you're getting very low rating because you're
Okay,
not a
but
kid's
are
mind.
we are we here to discuss the fallacies of rating of the critics, or are we here to talk about a specific movie called The New Mutants?
Oh, it's just in general. It's about in general.
I know. So anyway, this is basically all we got. So I mean, I get 4, you get 4, so that puts us at an even 4 anyway. So yeah, let's call it a day.
Yeah, we have no clue what the next movie would be.
Yeah, because it's not been there. One, the theaters aren't giving us many options. I really wanted to do Bill and Ted's Faces the Music, but who knows if that's gonna.
I think that's would be in Quest for.
I don't know if that ever gets around here, or if it may just have to be one of our video reviews.
It all depends on where it's located and.
Yeah.
Because only 30% capacity with 3 theaters open.
I wonder if they change the theaters. Like, I wonder if like now that like maybe they do 5, 6, 4, 5, and 6. You know, the next 3 movies are 5. We have 4, 5, and 6, while 1, 2, and 3 is closed for cleaning or whatever.
Yeah, they probably rotate.
So anyway, bye guys.